Sean, WSRT Fitness. If you enjoy health and fitness related content, or you want help losing weight or creating a more fitness-based lifestyle, please remember to subscribe, click the bell, select all for notifications, comment below your questions, video ideas, opinions. We'd be happy to review and respond to all of them. Thank you guys so much for watching and welcome. Today we're in my kitchen doing things a little bit differently today. I just got back from an awesome back workout with my beautiful wife and our kids because they got the babysitting service at the new gym. Very excited. You can hear kiddos in the background. They're happy to be back home. So I'm making my post-workout meal, which actually Sabrina is having the exact same thing. So I'm going to show you guys what we're having today. So first of all, so this is 400 grams of potatoes and 2 cups of onions and peppers. So that's going to be our primary carbs right there, and some of the veggies. And then we have, this is 12.1 ounces of chicken breast. I didn't feel like slicing off a 1/10 of an ounce today. Also in this particular meal, we're doing spinach, frozen spinach because I'm cheap and I can get a shit ton of it. And then we're doing pickled jalapenos. Basically, this is also another cost-saving measure. They last longer, buy in bulk, and frankly, I just like the taste of pickled jalapenos. So those are going in there, and then we have this is sugar-free barbecue sauce. So this is actually really cool. This is only 10 calories for 2 tablespoons. So I really like that. Whenever I have room in my calories to add a sauce, that's a super low calorie barbecue sauce. Really like it. So, 1 frying pan. Everything gets cooked in 1 frying pan. Actually, one thing I forget to get out, because this frying pan is too big for 1 lid. For any of the lids that we have, what I use, it's this big, coming off camera. So I use this big metal container as kind of the lid. So I'm weird like that. Now normally I would use avocado oil spray. I don't want to turn it too high. I want it nice and slow. So basically, I'm just going to be talking, and one reason why I wanted to do this video is I kind of feel like I have a lot of my best thoughts either when I'm out on walks or when I'm in the kitchen cooking my meals, and so I kind of want to focus these around things that I can do to help you guys in the future. So normally I would use an avocado oil spray, but I ran out and I didn't get a chance to go to the store and get more. So unfortunately today I am using canola oil spray because we already had some in the house. So that's what we're going to be using here in a second. I'm just going to let my pan heat up real quick. So I'm going to start slicing up this chicken. In a second, we're going to start the potatoes and the onions and peppers. So the onions and peppers, you might notice, are also frozen. Like I said, for me, it's just a matter of cost savings, trying to keep the overall cost down, because eating healthy, and whether you're trying to lose weight or if you're trying to build muscle, no matter what your goals are, eating healthy at home is actually less expensive than going out. And if you can find ways to make it even less expensive, save yourself even more money, then I definitely recommend doing that. So as you guys can hear, we have my little princess right behind the camera. Alright, so that's kind of heating up real nice. We don't want it super hot. We don't want to shock the pan too much either. We got frozen things going in. So just give that a second, start to warm up. And so I like to cut the chicken pieces nice and small, so that way when I add them in, they don't take too long to cook through. Now, I don't add the seasoning until I put in the chicken. There's no particular reason. I just do it just because. So give this a nice quick little toss. Oh, lost one. Not 400 grams of potatoes anymore. So today's workout was back, and we focused on the on the upper back, or I focus on the upper back today. My wife, being newer, I kept her with compound movements, lightweight, lots of volume, shorter rest times, to definitely make sure that she is. Now, by the way, when I'm cutting the chicken, I try to not touch the chicken at all. I use a fork and a knife instead of like my hand or just a knife. Just try to control, make a nice cut. And like I said, I don't want to have to wash my hands 500,000 times while I'm cooking this meal. So, but anyways, it was a fantastic workout. And the thing is, like, it's amazing, like, when you look at the differences between somebody who's been training a while. Even like, listen, I'm no expert. I've still been back in the gym less than 2 years. I've made a lot of progress, and I've put a lot of time and effort into education. So I feel, at least knowledge-wise, that I'm kind of further ahead than a lot of people are at the point in time in which I am at. I've also been very lucky to get involved with a lot of great people, which I also feel helps. And so I think that kind of also helped with furthering my knowledge kind of a little faster, but the body can only respond so quickly. But it's amazing the difference between, what I was able to do today and my wife, which this is only her 3rd time in the gym, where, it's a much different kind of day where, you got to stick with those compound movements. You want to build strength, burn a lot of calories, but you still have to do the lighter weight, shorter rest times. But overall, it was an absolutely fantastic workout. And I have to say, I absolutely love the new gym. So, even though I'm kind of like a big privacy guy, I don't care. I'm going to be right over. I go to Club Fitness in West Springfield, Mass, and that gym is fucking amazing. I'm so happy with the new gym. So I left an Anytime Fitness in a neighboring town, which was actually closer to where I live. However, it didn't have nearly all the equipment. Let me get a hot pad, pull this off with. I can hear it starting to sizzle real good. And, so even though the gym was only a mile away from the house, a little more than a mile away from the house, it was still something where I felt like I could make a lot more improvements by switching gyms. And already, so 8 days into my membership there, and only the 3rd time with my wife going, I can already feel a difference. And it's a mental difference. I mean, obviously, I didn't gain 20 pounds of muscle overnight. That's not how it works. But, I feel a different focus going into that gym. I feel a different excitement going into that gym. When we go into the Club Fitness, now Club Fitness, for those of you who don't know, who aren't from the Western Mass area, or Connecticut for that matter, it used to be a Gold's Gym. All of the Club Fitness locations, to my knowledge, used to be Gold's Gym. And, alright. Just trying to, how is this coming on? Still kind of hard. Another minute, and I will put the chicken in. So when I cook this up, I mean, obviously the potatoes cooked, but I don't like to overcook it. Like, you're not gonna see it burning or anything. Or at least you shouldn't. Like, maybe the occasional spot here or there, but it's just so this is, as I said earlier in the video, this is my favorite post-workout meal. If you've followed me for a little while, whether it's the YouTube channel here, or whether you're in the Facebook group, or even on the Instagram page, I talk a lot about my meals. I can make all my meals in less than 9 minutes. This is not one of those meals. This is a meal, it takes me a little bit longer. I mean, we're 9 minutes in right now. Although once I throw in these other ingredients, it's going to cook pretty quickly, 2 to like 3 minutes. So it's still taking less than 15 minutes. But this meal takes a little bit longer to cook. I like it a lot better. And when I'm able to make my meals here at home, because I'm not doing anything else during the day, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to enjoy this. Now, if I have to make a meal faster, I'm not making this exact meal. So if I'm taking my meals to go, like I'll give you an example. Tomorrow, I have client calls super early in the morning before dawn. Now I'm doing my first workout of the day. I'm actually going to do both my workouts back to back. I'm actually going to bring food, drink, calories with me to the gym. I'm going to do my first workout. I'm going to eat, take a quick break. I'll do some stretching, whatever. Then I'll do my second workout. So I'm going to be in the gym for close to 3 hours. Then I'm going to do a couple more client phone calls. Then I'm going to shower, change, which I've already made my meals. I'm making all my meals for tomorrow tonight. And so I'll shower, change, going to go to, from there to my other job. So I'll be there for 6 hours. And then from there, I have to go to my lodge because we have a big event tomorrow night. So it's like I'm constantly moving. Tomorrow's a busy day, so I'll have to have my meals ready. Tomorrow, my 9-minute meals are going to be in effect where I'm going to make them all tonight. So I'll be ready to go. All right, there we go. Now we're starting to heat up. All right, so this is how we have onions and peppers in there. Those are a little bit more fibrous veggies, a little bit more substance. So, next thing we're going to do right now is we are going to put in the chicken, which you see I cut up. You see I actually just kind of naturally portioned them out, and I'm willing to bet that these are both pretty close to 6 ounces, like in half, because it looks pretty even. But basically, they're all going to get mixed up anyway. I'll re-separate it all at the end, but... So my wife is eating 3 meals plus a snack a day. So her goal, little guy going nuts in there. Watch that after. So she's having 3 meals plus a snack, and she comes out to around 1,500 to 1,600 calories a day. Right now with her current weight loss plans. So she's just starting, so sometimes I give her like a little bit more leeway to even come up to closer to 1,800 calories. But I try to not let her go above that 1,800. So what I'm doing right now, by the way, is I'm measuring out spinach. We're doing 2 cups of the spinach. Now, for those of you wondering, like, sometimes like I'll kind of like eyeball it, and I've got a pretty good sense, but I at least want to show you guys the right way of doing it. Another one right here. Got this like big frozen chunk right here. There we go. Oops, go a little bit. So get that right there. So we're doing 2 cups of spinach. So if we break it down evenly, it'll be 1 cup for me, 1 cup for her, which that comes to, I think it's 60 calories. 50 calories. So it's 25 calories. 25 calories per a 1 cup serving. So here's 2 cups worth right here. And so, now again, I know that the frozen isn't the best quality, but it's also not the worst either, and it's also something that makes it affordable. I need to, I'll get that after too. It's somewhere I need to be able to stay consistent. So I'm more focused on getting all of my meals in, being consistent with all my meals. And so the jalapenos are calored out by the slice on the nutrition facts. Now I don't do like 2 whole servings because that'll be like 34 slices. Is that right? That'd be 34 slices of jalapeno. And even though like I would enjoy that in this, like if I'm making just one of these servings for myself, I'm doing about 17 to 20 slices, but because my wife is having it, I don't want to be quite as spicy, so I'm not doing as many. I got about 25 there at this point, so I'm going to do 25, so it's not quite 2 servings. But I mean, there's only 5 calories per serving anyway. So now, time for seasoning. Now I'm not afraid to season my food. Now usually if I'm doing this just for myself, I do also have cayenne pepper, but I'm not doing that today because I don't want to make it too spicy for my wife. So we're doing seasoned salt. By the way, I'm not sponsored by any brands or anything. Definitely not Walmart. So garlic powder. I love garlic powder. I put garlic powder on almost every meal that I make. And then we're going to do just black pepper. And get this little stir, let it cook up a little bit. So one good thing, like, in the time that it takes me to like put the spinach, the jalapenos, and the seasoning in, the chicken actually gets like mostly cooked through. So you give it a little turn to get to like the spots on top, the raw spots on top. You just kind of work it in a little bit here, and that's it. You know, you hear the cold like bits of spinach and the cold bits of chicken. They cool down that pan a little bit. So we're still coming up, and it's gonna be delicious. So this is a meal, like I said, I like to throw it together, puts everything together instead of like having this whole big sectioned out plate. And so, like I said, like today I kind of rambled. I kind of thought of this like last second of, oh, I'm just gonna do this. So, but in the future, when I do more of these kind of meals that I cook up, I'm going to, I'll have like more like set topics for the WSRT Kitchen. And if there's like certain meals, maybe you've heard me mention in one of my lives on WSRT Fitness, or if there's certain things that you're interested in, where you're curious as to whether or not I do meals of, definitely drop in the comments below what you guys want to see for meals from the WSRT Kitchen. I mean, my breakfast is the same every day. I've talked about that quite a few times. Lately, I've been having more white fish, even though I hate white fish. It's something where it fits in very, very well with my diet for bodybuilding, so I have it. And so I have to find ways to make it taste good, find ways that I can get it down. So if you want to see things like that, or maybe my salmon meals, I have salmon almost every single day. Maybe some of the beef meals I do. I have generally one beef meal every day, 6 ounces of beef. I generally do 6 to 8 ounces of my protein source, depending on what it is. My fish, I generally do, all fish I'm doing 8 ounces, even salmon with the higher calories. And then everything else I'm generally doing 6 ounces. Mainly because even the more calorically dense salmon, it just feels super light. And so I feel like having 2 more ounces just to help me feel full. And for me, it's about feeling full and getting my nutrition in and being able to stay on plan. If I am dying of hunger an hour and a half after I eat a meal, then and I got another hour and a half after that before my next meal, it's no good. So all these meals are pretty good at getting me filled up. So now at this point, everything's pretty much like well cooked at this point. And so what I do just for a final finishing touch, so this is where I put in the barbecue sauce, where I'm going to try to put in, it's 2 tablespoons as a serving. I'm not measuring it out exactly because I'm not too worried about it. I only had about 4 tablespoons left in this container. Yeah, I only had about 4 tablespoons left, so I'm just putting it all in. So that's about 20 calories. Even if I round up, say, okay, well maybe it was 6 tablespoons, which it wasn't, but just for shits and giggles, okay, now it's 30 calories instead of 20, so I'm not too worried about that. So let me just get this over here. I got our recycling out. Wash off my hand. And I should put the towel over there, but I didn't. And basically just a quick stir, get the barbecue sauce mixed into the meal. And that's going to be pretty much it. So, turn off the heat here. It's done cooking, so. So, I don't cook my potatoes to be like mushy. Like, there's still like a little bit of texture to them. Obviously, you can, before adding the chicken and the spinach and jalapenos, if you're following this, if you like your potatoes to be a little bit softer, like my grandma, well, like my grandma did, she dead now. But if you want a little softer, just cook the potatoes and the peppers and onions for another 2-3 minutes beforehand. And yeah, so that's a pan. So now it's just a matter of trying to portion it evenly between my wife and I, which pretty good at that. So just gonna get these down on the plate. Now it doesn't look pretty, you know, you're not looking at the most appetizing meal. Well, I mean it's extremely appetizing, but it definitely doesn't look like Gordon Ramsay cooked it. It's definitely I think I gave one plate just a little bit too much, so we're gonna take a little bit there, even it out. There we go. So I'll wash those after we eat. And so there you go. There's our post-workout meal. Looking delicious. Definitely a meal you guys can give a try. I'm pretty proud of this one. Like I said, for me, this is delicious. I love it. I eat all the time. So because I'm ready to eat, it is now almost an hour after my workout is over. You guys got to go. So if you enjoyed today's video, please remember to subscribe to the channel, like it, share it, tell your friends. Comment below if there's anything particular that you would like to see, any questions that you might have, any video ideas, anything that you would like to see on this channel. You let me know. Follow me on Instagram at WSRT Fitness. You can join my Facebook page, WSRT Fitness. I'd look forward to seeing you there. Great community. We're working on some cool stuff to get that channel growing again. And I'm going back to doing lives twice a week there. So, all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye.